Alright guys, so I'm on lunch break. Probably gonna have a little segment where I have these little conversations about certain topics while having lunch. But I want to talk about injuries in the gym, and not just in the gym, but like overall. Like I've had multiple injuries during sports, like football and soccer, and obviously in the weight room for lifting really heavy. But I'm just wondering if anyone else has these issues. But like, one of my majority of my injuries right now, I have a herniated disc on my lower back. Forgot what was the number, but it's like spaced out by like 3 inches. Now I do exercises to help with the pain. Um, I also kind of basically have arthritis in my left wrist, which is pain. It comes and goes. Some days it hurts, some days it doesn't. But the big one is my knee. Now, when I was 16, I tore my ACL in soccer, and it was a, my surgery was 100%. I got back to where I was at again. I mentally I wasn't because I was always scared, but recently, I'd say about a year ago, I was changing the technique on my squat, and I was just experimenting. My brother and I were talking about different stances. There's multiple ways. But you can be a little bit more spread out, a little bit more closer. But I was just experimenting, and I was already messing with fairly heavy weight. Now I'm not no crazy bodybuilder or power lifter or whatever. I can't. I don't lift that much, but he was heavy to me. And for the longest time, I was doing really good on squats. My legs were getting bigger. I was getting stronger. But I didn't want to push past a certain weight just because of my back. And I just didn't think it was necessary. The way I would get down pretty fucking low. So I thought it was pretty. Everything, I mean, my performance and everything was really great. And obviously, the growth in my legs were getting bigger. So I was doing everything good. But then again, I started experimenting and I hurt my knee. Now I thought I damaged my meniscus, but I got an MRI. Everything was good, nothing damaged. But I had a slight shift in my knee. So basically, I had a small dislocation, and there's not really much you can do about that. There's only therapy, and I have been slacking on therapy. I'm not gonna lie, but I just can't lift the same anymore. It sucks, and my legs actually got smaller because of it, and my ass kind of got a little softer too, which sucks. But for the most part, my legs still look okay. But man, they were so much bigger. And I get injured every once in a while when I'm squatting. And all it takes is just the wrong movement or just that my knee's just not feeling it today. And then boom, it hits. And I guess the best way to explain the pain is it feels like someone's shoving a knife in my kneecap. And it's funny because I could feel it coming and the pain's already kind of getting sharp. And I could stop, and by the next day I'll be okay. But if I try to push, I'll be out for like 3 weeks. I just can't do anything on my knee. I would even struggle going upstairs. So it sucks because I'm in this position right now where I am shifting to calisthenics because I want to get stronger in my body, just using my physical body. But I also kind of want to be a little bit bigger. But I don't want to be too big to the point where I'm like, I can't run right and I look like shit. I want to be mobile. So calisthenics is something that I'm not gonna give up. But I still want to get bigger. Man, I just don't know what to do about my damn injury on my knee. It's really stopping me. I don't deadlift anymore either because of my back, but I really should. I don't know. It's just getting hurt, man, sucks. But I don't know. I had messed up my shoulder too. So for the most part, it's fine now. But I don't push too heavy on my shoulders. But lately, I just been thinking, man, we haven't really been pushing heavy weight. I think we should do it again. And I started doing it with my legs again, but I cannot do the amount of reps that I want. And that kind of sucks too, because, man, I think out of all the days that I would work, like, I loved chest day is my favorite day. My least favorite day is leg day. But leg day was the day I actually go the hardest out of everything. Like, I pushed myself really hard on squat. Yeah, it's just upsetting because I'm not getting any younger, and I know some people probably say, you could just take a peptide. I'm sure a peptide will fix my problem, but I'm natural, and I just don't want to give up that status of not being natural. And there's a lot of people out there that claim that they're natural, and they are probably natural now, but they had done some stuff to help them, and then all they did is maintain them, whether it's steroids or SARMs, peptides. And I work out so damn hard to I see it as a shortcut. Now, I've been lifting for a while, and some will say it's better to build a strong foundation before you jump into any of those kind of things the right way. But I just don't want to do that. Like, if I was low in testosterone, I still don't think I would take any of that until I'm already in my, like, when I see a significant, like, drop in my recovery, like, I'm just not recovering, then you know what? Then I'll probably go to a doctor and see what's going on. Maybe see if I can fix it naturally still. But then if I can't, then I'll probably do TRT. But again, until I see a big drop in performance, and even then, it's like I'll try to hold off on that. And a lot of people would say, "Oh, TRT, that's natural." No, that ain't. The TRT that's produced in our bodies is completely different. Not completely, but very different from the TRT that's taken synthetically. Um, that's why when you see these older guys and they look fucking jacked, because it's more of a steroid than it is really testosterone. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I'm really upset about my injury on my knee. I was kind of curious because I was like, it'd be interesting to bodybuild for a competition or something, or even powerlift just to see. But the fact that I have certain injuries on my body, man, I see that as a fucking excuse too. Like my back, I could say fuck that. I could push it over for my back, but my knee is really stopping me, and it's so upsetting. I don't know if anyone else is having this problem. If they are, leave a comment, please. Talk to me. Or, maybe if y'all have any solutions for me other than taking peptides, because I don't want to do that. Now, haven't been doing therapy on the knee, but I should. But even then, I think once you have a dislocation, uh, it, that's it. It's kind of, once it happens, more than likely it could happen again. And sure, yeah, if you strengthen the knee, you could prevent it from happening. But it seems like I'm gonna always be prone to this injury. I don't know. Maybe it'll go away once I start taking therapy more seriously. And I just get so damn busy. I already have a lot of workouts I have to do, and then throw that on top of it, just waste more of my time. And not it's obviously not a waste of time, but I just don't have enough time. Maybe if I wake up earlier. Now I already wake up at 5 in the morning, but man, waking up early though, I'd be sacrificing sleep, and I really need my sleep. Y'all wonder what I'm having. Having my first meal of the day. It's about to be almost 1. This thing's packing almost like 80 grams of protein. Now that's a lot in one sitting, but I only have 2 meals a day. And my first meal is usually the biggest meal. And all I have is 93 lean ground beef with egg whites, some onion, and 1/4 of an avocado. And then my second meal will be the same thing again, just slightly smaller because I put majority of the meal in the first one, and then the second one's smaller just because I'm gonna have it with either protein ice cream or a bowl of fruit. And my calories is around like 15, anywhere from 15 to 1600, depending which one I decide to have, whether I want to have ice cream or I'm gonna have fruit. Now I can get way more with fruit, but man, I love ice cream, and especially on a cut, man, you get those cravings. And like for instance, for this first meal, I still have a small little thing of fruit, of mixed berries, because every time I have a high protein meal, I still crave, even though I'm full already, I crave sweets. So I need something to combat that damn craving. And berries are low in calories, so that's the best thing I can do. But, you know, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I'm ever gonna get back to where I want to be at in squat. I, I hated it for the longest time, especially in school. My God, the way we did workouts was so crazy. In football specifically, we obviously as a football team we worked out together. The linemen were put with linemen. The smaller guys like our receivers and corners, they were put together. And I was the small guy because I'm 5'5", but I was a lineman. I played a left guard, and we were a small school, so we didn't have as much talent, but I was fast, so that's why they put me in guard. And I was strong. I was really strong. Now, was I good? Not really. I could say there's a lot of people. I was starting, but I played my in middle school, and then I had my injury because let's see, I started in 7th grade. Didn't know what position to play. I started off playing wide receiver, tight end. Tight end didn't make any sense because I was tiny as hell. Like they should not put me in tight end, but they were just experimenting. They put me in receiver, and I was pretty fast. But football in middle school was not that great. The quarterbacks aren't really that bright. But then my freshman year, that's when it got more interesting. I was supposed to in my 8th grade year, right before I got injured. They were actually how fast I was going to do running back, and that was going to be interesting. I was going to actually enjoy that, but tore my ACL, so then I lost a year. Got back in, and this is whenever I found they wanted to put me in guard, and I wasn't happy about that. But over time, I grew on it. It was pretty cool. It was a big responsibility. Not as much as a tackle, but a guard's pretty fucking important. Now in soccer, though, I played goalie. So I had two teams. I had my dad was a coach for our soccer team. We were called the Indios, Indians in it's in Spanish. But our team was like really badass. We're a badass team. We were winning a lot of times. We played outdoor and indoor. We were way better in indoor than we were outdoor. One of our biggest disadvantages, though, is we were all tiny. I mean, we're Mexican, so only a few of our guys were tall, but we're all tiny. And we were so good, they didn't let us play with our age group. They forced us to play a year or two above, which is fucked up. It's because we're so damn good. You're gonna make us play with someone bigger? That never made sense to us. But yeah, I just thought it was a trip because I remember our parents would be taking us to the games, and then we have the opposing team coming in, and they're all driving their own vehicles, and we haven't even started driving yet. So I thought that was pretty funny, and we were still whooping ass. But yeah, I tore my ACL in soccer. If anything, I think I've had more injuries in soccer than I ever did in football. But I think after my freshman year, because I would go to football practice, and then after football practice, I go straight to soccer practice. That was a beating. Eventually, I was like, you know what? I had a brace to protect my knee, and a lot of football players were just smacking their helmets right at my knee. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'm going to get hurt. And I like soccer more. I grew up with soccer, so I cut my loss. I quit after my freshman year. I'm glad I did because a lot of our guys in there were taking steroids, so they were strong as hell, and they were breaking fucking bones. My little tiny ass was gonna get destroyed eventually. So I'm glad I did that. Now, eventually I started playing soccer for the school. I was a defender, I wasn't a goalie. I was a backup goalie if they needed me, but I wanted to play on the field. I like playing defense, it was pretty fun. I've always wanted to play striker, but I just don't have a fucking kick for shit. But I haven't played soccer in so long, it's been like over a decade. I don't want to get back into it, just, God, if I get hurt. I just don't think it's worth it. Definitely that I'm about to be 30. Mm-mm. Well, this was a good talk. I think I'm gonna have like some type of segment where I'm just talking about stuff that's going on in my head, problems I have while I'm having lunch. I don't know if people like that because I'm eating while talking. Kind of gross, but there's people that watch fucking people eat food. What's it called? Mukbang or I don't know what the hell that's called, but that's gross. But if y'all like watching that, I don't see how much of a problem this would be. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.